Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 2 in this wonderful Season 2. And what a day it is. Round 3 of fixtures, and you can see the fixtures on screen. We've got some superb matches ahead, and two commentators with me for the first time in Swemp history. Mr. Stephen Fife, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Megahorse. Good evening, Swemp.
And good evening to Mr. General Smuttingtons. Good evening.
Good evening. Nice for me to be the headliner as always. Top notch.
Yeah, you haven't been on many streams recently, so I thought it was about time you had chance to come on and say something.
Look, as soon as I've got man flu and my voice sounds like Barry White having a shift on Babe Station, this is the time that I'm all over the internet, making it real sexy up in here.
Well, that is what everyone
let's
is
get
wanting.
it on.
That was Marvin Gaye, not Barry White.
What did you call me?
So,
are you quite excited straight off the bat, Mr. Megahorse, for your first Swemp threesome?
Oh, absolutely. You know, my appetite was totally wet with you and Dimble the other week in Super League. So it's about time we went for this. And Steve is saying about time that we got started. And that is, of course, a wonderful thing. Look at all the people there in chat so far. We've got Steve. We've got David Kavasta. We've got Dimble. We've got Mike Savage, Scott Sadler, Quinton, Duggan, and Stu Fanson of Grove. Look at all this. Loads of people in. And yet it says we've got 2 viewers. Suddenly changed its mind and said that we've now got 8. Wonderful. That's almost peak time for us. So a quick look at the fixtures today. We've got my own team, Dynamo Megahorse, with a team today, up against the Red West Pacific, who I do need to put their team on stream, because that was the one that was difficult for me to manage earlier on, but they are here. They do have a team, and I'll put that on a stream later on. We've also got Fortuna versus Boston. We've got Gondor and Badgers. Aussie's Dream, I don't know who they are, playing Grove. And who else do we have? Pelham and Dangley's.
What a game.
Oh, well, you know, that is one to look forward to. Will they get a victory? Who knows? Will Pelham get themselves off the mat, or will the Dangleys continue their Mutu form? We've got also Sporting Clube d'Originale versus Flamingos.
I'm unusually concerned about that one.
And Sprungfelt versus Blues, the league leaders versus last season's team who ended up winning the division. So it's going to be a classic. And which Smuts first? Which team are you looking for most? Which match are you looking most forward to?
Well, as I said last night on Fifey's stream, I'm basically like Donald Trump. I'm only here to see my own name in lights. So game number 4 there, Aussie's Wet Dream against Grove. Was that Bohemian Grove? The fucking mucky fellas who do all the naughty business. I'm assuming, 5th against 2nd. I don't really know how I'm all the way down in 5th, considering I've not lost a game yet. Not an important game anyway. So yeah, that one. And yeah, probably Fifey's as well, I suppose.
Yes, and over
because it will be hilarious if in the first 3 weeks Fifey's lost to me and Steve.
Fifey, what are you looking forward to other than your own?
Sprungfeld, always entertaining to watch. Blues have been underperforming in the first couple of games, so I'm looking forward to that one. Obviously, my boys SOG. It's going to be another tough ask for Swanee this year. And obviously, who isn't looking forward to seeing Megahorse against the Tie Brides United?
Quinton's pointing out that I haven't quite updated the goal scorers chart properly. I have just flung it on in the last little bit. Apologies that it says Falaraki's goal scorers are actually my goal scorers, so we'll see. Anyway, but when their stream goes ahead on Thursday, it will be nicely updated. Stu saying it's Aussie's nightmare tonight. Mr. Grove himself. Greavesy's here. Good evening, Greavesy. And there's been lots of stuff here. Scott wondering what Tato's picked for his own team.
Yeah, I just saw that comment as well, and I'm interested in the dynamic of them two being co-managers. I'm not necessarily thinking it's the Cowley brothers.
No, it's probably what are they called? Anthony Johnson and whatever his co-manager is at wherever they are nowadays. Can't remember what it is. But they were at Salford, weren't they? They were at Salford, yeah, and they're somewhere else now. Anyway, so
I'm assuming it's not Anthony and the Johnsons, the Mercury Music Prize winners in 2011.
Absolutely superb piece of music, or as she's now known, Noni. Of course, as she's now known.
Sorry, my apologies.
Anyway, let's see where it takes
us today.
Oh, what a game to start with. What a game to start tonight, and I think we will start with it. Pelham versus Dangley's. And Dangley's last time out got a 3-0 win over Sporting Clube de Regionale, and today they make some slight changes, including Colo Torre, who's turned into a left back on this. He's a completely randomised position. There he is, a left back with one for tackling, has made himself in the team, and it's the away team. So, Fifey, can you talk your way through this side?
Interesting that Jermaine Pennant's been given the licence of the entire right wing to himself. Absolutely no cover whatsoever. Defense. I mean, do you know what? When you consider what Dangley's were, I think the squad, I get the concept and it's very funny, but the squad is actually a decent squad this year for Dangley's. And when you see the 11 they can put out, they can certainly compete. I mean, I know the Division 2 diehards will be disappointed that Postma isn't playing. He's possibly the only player in any squad that has his own fan club in Swemp now. So they'll be disappointed that he's on the bench again. But yeah, Dangley should be all right here.
Should be all right. Some people have joined the chat. We've got Big Noopy here. He's in. And Mr. Swan. They've joined. And Wooder, he's here at perfect time there for himself. Just you with those sounds, Scott? Yes. Yeah.
I can hear them perfectly.
Squad numbers in there. Colo Torre taking number 3 shirts. There he is. Deserved first 11 place. And for Pelham, who
Scott.
who lost 2-1 to Grove last time. Smuts, what do you think of this Grimsby Town feast of football?
Well, I mean, I've got a 2-word review of the Dangley's team, if you want that first and foremost. That won't
yes,
take
of course.
Long,
no, we're not interested. You can get the home teams. It was agreed off that. Shut up.
Yeah, I know, but yeah. 2 words, not bothered. Grimsby, I've heard there's a lot of good-looking women in Grimsby, so that 15 is that. I'm going niche. I'm going very, very niche, right? If it's not Sam Sparrow and Anthony Johnson, he's going the conversation that the 3 of us just had 5 minutes before kickoff. All right, I'm only here to make myself laugh. Fuck the Lions. All right.
So,
yeah, decent. They've got Michael Appleton, former Leicester City assistant manager, and absolute fucking unit. All right, I don't think that's going to help in any way whatsoever. But if you Google image search Michael Appleton, take safe search off. That's all I'm saying. All right, absolute monster. I'll be honest. About 9 or 10 of these players actually also used to play for Leicester. Danny Coyne, dog shit. Richard Smith played in the first game I ever watched live. Dog shit. Stuart Campbell was a couple of years ahead of me in the Leicester Academy. Dog shit. So I'm really rooting for this team. Yeah.
Well, rooting or not, let's see what the predictions
Should I
are.
say rooting or rutting?
Well, it's near Rutland, isn't it? Well, not Grimsby, but Leicester. Anyway, predictions for this one.
Well, I'm very hungry generally, as we discussed off air. So let's see if you can fill me with goals at least.
Fills you with
Well, I mean,
goals.
now there's no money on this one. I'm going to go. Famously, I'm sensational at picking scores here, so I'm looking for like a 3-3.
I'll go 4-2 Danglies.
4-2. Right. Some scores coming in. Greaves is going 0-0.
So there's going to be 6 goals, definitely then.
Wood is not bothered. And Savage saying 3-1 to the Danglies. Stu Fanson, I hate Oxford. Oh, you got something in common there. Wonderful.
Everybody hates Oxford.
As we kick off this one, and the clock is actually going at the right speed for this game. Let's see what happens. It's a goal. Jamie Forrester has got the opening goal. Wonderful start for Pelham, getting into the lead. And chances again.
Don't you just hate it when it says can't miss and then it doesn't flash to say goal?
They inevitably do miss, don't they, at that point? At Lee Hughes, it is who's equalised. A killer shot there, 3-1. And Emre taking a yellow card. Lee Bowyer's got one as well. It could go either way, certainly this one. It certainly started off as it is. Jamie Forrester there, a Bradford.
Sorry, I've just seen the shit
Oxford
stationery comment.
Ryan Giggs has got it. I thought their stationery was actually quite good quality, to be honest. It's 2-1 Danglies at half time with that. Ryan Giggs, he's beaten somebody else probably today to the ball. And there it is.
Me. You're better than that.
He's not. He's really not.
I've used beaten and killer shot. What more do I need? 2-1 at half time.
Which is a real shame for Stefan Postma, because we know he prefers coming from behind, and with René Higuita on a 5, I'd normally be bringing him on.
Well, he is coming on.
There we go. You see, there we go. He's coming on the pillow because obviously everything's in front of him rather than behind.
We'll go over to Danglies, and so Fifey, what do you think about the Danglies performance so far?
Well, I said they'd win, and they are winning. Pelham are well in it, though. It's certainly not over at half-time as it possibly could have been. I'm expecting a few more yellow cards from this dirty team, if I'm honest. The discipline is staying in check too much. And Mutu's been a lot quieter than he was last time out, so I'm expecting more from him.
Yeah, I think we could certainly expect at least a shot from him during this time. And for Pelham, one of those checks if they need any subs. I'm not sure if he's Dimble in so far. I haven't seen him.
I've not seen him yet.
No, I do
because
have a backup plan for him.
he didn't comment on the there's a lot of good-looking women in Grimsby remark, so I'm guessing he's not here.
Or maybe he just has the one. And so, anyway, Smuts, Pelham summary.
Mostly average. You got that sort of 3 in the middle of the park there. Your Tony Warners.
Dimble's here. Wonderful.
There he is.
Yeah, he's just keeping silent.
He's got all the women of Grimsby on the go. Of course he's busy.
Yeah, Mrs. Dimble's nearby, so he's having to be reserved.
He's muting it.
He's like, fuck off, lad, shut up.
They're going to leave it for now, so we get to 60 minutes. We've got Postma coming on, and it's Postma being come on, and there we are, going to 60 minutes. Chances there, almost for an equaliser for Pelham. 5 minutes till the subs. This could be a big moment in Pelham's history. Alan Poughton is on a 5. What's going on there? And there's no one under 80%, but Stuart Elliott there at 81 with a bit of a knock. So let's see what Dimble suggests. What would either of you two do?
Well, given that Mr. Smuts has given up with this game and just walked off.
I need to plug the laptop in. I've just realised that I'm running out of battery. Sorry. I'm highly professional. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. All right.
I mean, at this point, you've got to pull off anyone getting the 5, I think, to try and...
As a reward?
Indeed. So that would be the obvious place to start for me if you're looking to get back into this.
Well, he's suggesting... Oh, here we are. We've got... So Poughton is going to attack in mid. Elliot for Mendonca. Two up top. And Powelton to attacking mid. So if I just switch that, if you don't want that set up, then just let me know. But that's what you've got there. And Wooder, we move over to your team, who are playing very, very well. 7's only Colatori and a 6, but what else do we expect? There's your fitness. Jermaine Pennant, 80%. He's got a naughty thigh. What do we do there? That's Wooder is not bothered. Well, that must mean no subs. There we go. Lovely. You'd agree there, Pfeiffer, yeah?
Yeah, no harm in not making any changes there at all.
And nice to see a cursor where it should be. It is just a mystery of that cursor on your screen. That's all I can say. Just a mystery.
It just adds an element of excitement because no one knows where I'm clicking.
Mewtwo. Is this Marlon or Decanio?
Is Marlon King gonna come on and run all over the opposition?
Yes, that is probably his plan. I mean, he could just even go for not bothered and leave it as 10 men, but we'll have to see what he decides at this point. Whoever's better morale. Very good. Okay. Right. There we go. Very good. Very good's better than okay, I believe.
That's the first time I've ever seen morale used as the reason for a substitution.
I have never looked at morale.
Absolutely superb order.
Dealer turned up.
So that's world class. Did you just pick Marlon King because he's closer to the word in the spelling of morale? Was that it? It's got some of the similar letters.
Oh, Lee Hughes. Lee Hughes does it again. It is 3-1 to Danglies, who had a good start to this season. It's going to be a second win in a row. Another game that scored goals.
Sorry, I just saw Scott's comment and it got me singing straight away. They just love chants from the terrace.
Deary me. 95 minutes that game went to, and it ended up with Michael Appleton playing a 9, but Emre, a 10 out of 10 for Emre.
I mean, Wood will be delighted with that, really. He's got the win. It's a good performance all round.
I don't think he'd be bothered.
It's not like it was a robbery, so...
No, certainly not a robbery. Decent performance. Pelham playing probably to the form that they'd be expecting. Dimble's not expecting miracles from this team, just that they'll try. And I think the ratings have been okay.
I think this must be the first game ever that I've picked out a player and he's been one of the best players on the pitch.
No,
I'm pretty sure,
you
didn't you
always
pick
pick
out
out a
most
player.
of the squad? I think you picked out most of the squad saying they all played for Leicester.
Yeah, I picked out Michael Appleton in particular, saying he's an absolute fucking unit, and he's proved me right.
And look at that performance there for Emre. Loads and loads of tackles, key passes. I mean, he didn't win any headers, but he's made 2 assists, and that's pretty much what he's done during the game. But well played to Emre.
Yeah, I mean, as we were alluding, or as I was alluding to, it's a very good squad. And they're playing very well. And ultimately, I think they're perhaps being underlooked at as one of the favourites. They should definitely be up there.
It's a severe case of foot rot, isn't it, there for Mewtwo to have gone to 0%.
I didn't even notice that. 0% condition. Oh, man.
For a bad foot. Dimble's going to burn his Danglies merch live on Twitter, and yeah, they are not the best squad, but they are one of the best squads. But who cares? They're Division 2 standard. This is where we should be. Let's move on. And it's Fortuna.
Steve's got a massive bee in his bonnet that his squad on paper is shitter than everyone else's. He's basically trying to build that narrative that anytime he wins, it's like a superhuman effort.
That's my narrative. Don't fucking steal my narrative.
I know he's been a right prick to you here. I think you should have it out with him.
Anyways, we're on to Fortuna now. And Fortuna are playing CSCP Boston, two teams who've had great starts to this season. And Fortuna making no lineup changes, in fact, no changes amongst the whole 16, just a very, very slight tactical adjustment. Now, Smuts, what do you think about this side?
Well, I know some of the players, so it's better than last night. So that's a good start. There's at least an extra defender in there than all of last night. Good news.
Only because Mr. Mega Horse insists that we do, though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 3 plus at the back, 2 plus out wide.
Yeah, we like it. Yeah, in fairness, that's one of the stronger teams, and much like many bears around the world, we're all here for tuna.
And it's good that I think that that he morphs different high profile. So like you've got elite football, and you've got like WWE wrestling with the Intercontinental Champion playing in the number 10 role.
What a player Nakamura's been this season as well. He's done a quality job. And of course, Smuts, I'm not sure if you're aware, this is a team that are A to Z by name and A to Z by nationality, barring the odd letter that there isn't one for.
Yeah, I actually tuned into this one, so I did know that one.
Ah, lovely. And Wood says, what do you think of the sub goalkeeper?
What actually happened was he was sat drinking at the pub, and I was telling him what was going on.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, Smuts, what do you think of the sub goalkeeper? Says Wooder.
Well, I mean, the sub goalie in the Danglies team, big fan, love all of his videos on the internet, and I'll be honest, Quim, big fan of Quim as well.
Well, it's all good. And over to Fifey, who saw last time round Mega Horse getting destroyed, an early red card. What a few days that was for teams managed by me. The Boston side, a couple of probably 3 or 4 changes to the lineup, to be honest, but it's still a very, very strong side.
It is a strong side. I think there's actually, considering a lot of people went for concepts and stuff this year, and even this is a concept team, I think a lot of teams are actually stronger than people first imagine now that they're actually seeing it in practice and the formations. I mean, it's not like Greavesy's gone for anything outrageous tactically. You know, he's coming to win. You know, I think he's seen that there's a few of the Super League guys there. No one from the Super League has won both, so he wants that first. He wants to be that first person to win both of CMO 102's elite competitions.
He's also stole my tactic.
Your tactic. the tactic.
4-1-3-2 is your tactic.
It's the one tactic I've ever used. All right. I started off doing the old hashtag goals competition today, and I forgot halfway through that you needed to get as many goals as possible, both in and out of the net, so at both ends of the pitch, and put 0 defenders in, and I felt dirty immediately, hated it, closed the game, walked away.
Wooder says, can you read out this comment in case Greavesy watches at a later time? Yep, we've done that. Wonderful. That's exactly the instruction. So I have. Predictions.
That's weird even for him.
Predictions for this game from the two of you.
Ladies first, Mr. Smuts.
And men just before. No. Injection, no infection. No, you always said you are, but what am I?
Fucking hell, it's like being on a playground. Just make your predictions so you can press kickoff.
I'm looking at the teams and seeing who I give a shit about at least.
I'm going to say Fortuna win 2-1.
In that case, then I'm going to say Boston win 2-1.
David doesn't seem very impressed in the chat about this one, suggesting
that he's not happy, like, because Division 1 is supposed to have all these big name players, but he's seeing names like Montella. He thinks this is a bit boring.
The players
Panucci,
for Fortuna.
Materazzi.
The Fortuna first 11 is about 8th or 9th strongest in the division, and the Boston one is up there near the top in that. So
what metrics are you using to call them the 8th?
His eyes.
And the spreadsheet, the spreadsheet.
You've got a spreadsheet.
Oh yes,
put in the names
developed through Mr. Duggan. Yeah, it's all been done.
See, if you were still relevant in the champ world until, I took you under my wing, you would know all this stuff that was going on. But given that you disappeared after something in the air and I had to make you relevant again, you don't know what's going on.
I'm not convinced I was relevant during something in the air.
So I resent that. Off. We've got underway with this one here, and there's been chances for Boston straight.
Can we just take a moment to celebrate the name of the stadium as well?
It's wonderful, isn't it? It's the stadium of
Wankdorf.
Young Boys, isn't it? That's, isn't it where Young Boys play?
Young Boys play at Wankdorf?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, that's a rumour you can spread if you like.
I believe it's true.
Is that Operation U-Tree? Yep.
Nakamura's put
one.
There wasn't any goal Amore. I've been not able to say that on the commentary there because there was too much else going. But we've got chances in Amore. Oh, he had the second one, but it's been disallowed. Fortuna under some pressure at the moment, heading towards half time, and chance to make it 2. And Zowli has made it 2 just before that half time, and it's coming up. And it is there. Right, lovely.
Are you already regretting having 2 co-commentators on? Is this going to be a one-time thing after this experiment?
Well, it's like having the Chuckle Brothers on, but both alive. So see what's going on. So it's half-time, and it's 2-0 to Boston, and I suppose they are edging it, but Fortuna have certainly been making a game of it at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, my prediction's still on, which is a fucking absolute ridiculous thing to happen. I mean, Amore will have loved scoring.
Me.
That's it. That's the joke I've got. That's it. I'm done.
That's what you got there. Just a quick point there for Quinton that Mark Kerr is down on 77%. Martin Larson, I think that's 2 matches in a row. He might have even been at 5 at half. So I'm certainly not playing very, very well for a second time. He's immediately been withdrawn for Filipescu, and Kerr may be coming off as well.
Is his brother Wayne available?
Yes, he's what a lovely little joke.
Can you cover? I've got to take this phone call. I'll be back in a minute.
Yes, indeed. Kerr has come off for Peralta, and Peralta to attacking mid. Oh, not that way. But I assume, is it Nakamura? Do you want Nakamura in there? Hang on, what's going on here? Let's undo that. Nakamura, is it to switch over?
This is the content we're all here for.
What, 5 on the phone?
5 on the phone and half hearing his conversation, and you just twatting about with tactics.
I'm going to put it like that, but if you want
I've got 24 hours of this in 2 weeks' time. I cannot wait to just be twatting about with tactics. Not even going to get promoted. We're just going to be in Division 3 the entire time. Just clicking tactics.
Quinton is going for 2 AMs. I'm just showing Greavesy's team just while I'm ready to do that. So Quinton, 2 AMs. Take Ince's run off. I'm struggling to actually move the things forward at some point. So I'll do that. Stop talking. I want to hear Frankie's conversation on the phone. Montella for Collis and move to defensive mid. We can do that. So Montella off for Collis. And move to defensive mid. Lovely. So we're going for that.
Didn't know Babe Station called you back if you'd gone missing.
Second half gets going, and this is going to be an interesting one with lots of attack for Fortuna and lots of extra defence. And it's 2-1, and Banana Romeo has got the goal. You see, if we're talking
Stop the count.
And we've
Stop
got
the count.
Romeo.
It's 2-1. I'm back. Stop the count. That's it. I've got it right. This is the first time I've ever got a game right. Stop it.
2-1 it is now, and Romeo with that goal. We'll just check the conditions of the players. On here, we notice there Roberto on 84 and Umit Davala on 85. They're both okay. So Will Quinton making his third change. He's got Gilbert Mashangajike on the bench and GX Jordianis who are both available as outfield options. For Boston,
just to confirm to Stu, because I know he was unduly concerned that you were talking over my phone conversation. I was just saying goodnight to my son.
Not as Smuts was suggesting.
Now it's made it awkward because I thought Babe Station had called you back.
No, if Babe Station called me back, I would have just stayed on so you could chat to him at the same time. We could have had another freeway.
Nakamura
it's not
is
gay when
coming
it's in a three-way. Right?
on Jordi Addis, and that's what we'll be doing there if Quinton wants to leave those there. Dongy for this is
carnage.
Wonderful.
Mate, this is what I had to go through yesterday, and it was just the two of us. You put us both on together again.
There we go.
You have had pre-warning. You both have had me destroy both your streams in the last week.
And we're going to talk your stream in a minute. But Amore has gone off, and two substitutes on the bench. We've got Manigetti, who's a DML or a defender as well, playing on the left, and Bonomi, who's a defender. So,
Steve, just to confirm, I did do that as well. He was supposed to call me at 8:15, but he forgot.
No, you're blaming him. That's very kind, isn't it? He's now being blamed on live.
I would
TV.
like to say it was my fault, but I was doing Super League packs at 8:15 when he was supposed to phone me. I can't be in charge of everything.
While doing your squats.
No, that was before. that was when I was supposed to be having my tea.
We just await.
You settled right into the East Midlands there, haven't you? You're having your tea instead of your supper. Soft southern sherry
Sweden,
drinking.
we don't have supper.
Right.
I think I am.
There we are. Swap.
From some sort of ITV period drama.
Panucci. Anyway, we have got 25 minutes just under left of this game. It is 2-1. It's finely poised.
I'm trying to get this fucking stream back on track, Dan. Right?
Yeah, Dan.
Just go with it.
Do I have controls to put people on mute?
Touch your toes. It's all going to be fine.
Well, as it happens, I think me and you have controls to put people on mute, Dan. So you carry on and I'll put you on mute and we'll do it.
And isn't that wonderful? We've got, what have we got here? 2 minutes to go. A late chance, maybe not quite. But
tell you what, Duggan's gonna have to get his wallet out. I'm claiming that one.
Tea comes in cups. It's dinner before 7 and supper afterwards. Is it? No, it's.
Do you know what? I thought me and Stu could be friends with the I hate Oxford comment, but if he's going to come out with shit like that, it's breakfast, lunch, and tea.
Right.
A quick summary.
It seems like he's not here, and I've just swiped another tenner off him. I think I'll be honest. In the words of our friend Mr. Duggan, Stuart Fanton's a Tory.
A quick summary of the game. Quinton Fortuna, his side, has finished with a decent effort. Boston are victorious in this one. A look into this, Roberto, man of the match without an assist. Must have done some fair dribbling. 8 dribbles and 2 interceptions there. Not bad at all. And Romeo off the mark for the season. Nakamura having, after I said he was doing very well, did not finish with a very good match. And into Boston. Fifey, there's lots of 7s in there, but some of the players seem to have done a better job than that.
They certainly did statistically they did the better job, and especially away from home against a decent Fortuna side deserved the win. But yeah, you're right. When you looked at it, you possibly thought there'd be a few more 8s involved, not so many 7s. But this has all the marks of like again, not wishing to reference too much, but this is like another Loco. This is exactly what Greavesy does. He just wins games, even if it doesn't look spectacular.
Who gives a fuck about the Super League? Go and play 2 at the back somewhere else, you fucking boring bastard.
It was merely a link, you prick. Shut up.
It is a fair point that he sets up teams to win. However, that's a good way to summarise it. We'll move your game on to a bit later on, and we'll take go to Blues. Blues and Sprungfelt while Mike Savage is here.
Shock that the Yorkshire boys are all backing each other.
I think he's here. The Yorkshire boys back each other. I think Mike's here, isn't he? He was in early on. Looking at that one. Quinton's a good game and agrees so well played. So, Mark, I did not get a message back regarding this change. So
does that mean we get to pick it?
Well, it will be Oh, hang on. Wellens, yes, I did, but it was after the deadline. So that is. Yeah, I did this week. Got to say, teams after the deadline. It was the worst round that we have had in Swemp history for this division. I think we had possibly 5 or 6 teams after the deadline this week.
Has anybody put their team in any later than me this week?
Your team was technically there. You had suggested. Anyways, so Dublin Blues for this game. It is a Fifey summary.
Yeah, so obviously Blues came into the season with a reputation after what they did last year, but they've significantly downgraded the squad to fit in with the sort of theory around what Division 2 was going to be this year. I still think that they're capable of competing. There's a few players in there that you look at and you think, maybe not. Interesting that Collins is only on the bench. And actually, I know Mr. Smuts is a big fan. I also like, and I'm not going to attempt it because I always pronounce it wrong, but the Crystal Palace lad who's currently third sub, I quite like him.
Rihalati.
Yeah.
Yeah, good player.
I do quite like him.
He is a decent player.
It's only 3 letters.
Yeah, he and Scally are decent options, really. I know some people hate Scally, such as Smuts, but Smuts, we had this last night, and how did that turn out? So, yeah, they go into the game ready for this one, and Sprungfeld leading the league. I
love this team, by the way. I know this is Smuts' team to analyse, but I do love this team.
3-0.
I'll tell you what, you crack on and analyse, because I promised the missus I'd make her an hot chocolate, and I'm going to get a bollocking if I don't make her one.
That is
and the
very
kettle's right
kind.
behind me, so you crack on.
Yeah, maybe mute it.
You're about to get absolutely slated in the comments now, by the way. I mean, I went to say no to my lad, and I got loads of shit.
Just cover for me.
Mute it while the kettle's on. Thank you. Right, Fifey.
Yeah, I love the whole thing around the Simpsons theme, and aside from my own, this is one of the few teams that I hope really does well. And to be fair, sticking within his theme, he's got some quality players as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but the thing is, he doesn't play all the quality players in each time, so it does kind of still balance it out. And
no, absolutely
decent formation for this one.
Given that he took over a really, really shit team last year and stood virtually no chance of doing anything, I really like this, and again, hope he does it well this year.
Yes, I'm quite surprised that San Nazario did not get more goals for that team last season, though for Otis, after how he's been doing for my Bilbao side recently. He's on fire as a great substitute, never mind a starter. So they would look at the team. Fifey, go for your prediction for this one. This is a great one.
As much as I don't want to disrespect the Blues too much, I'm going to have to back Mr. Savage here after complimenting the squad so highly. So I'm going to say 3-1 to the Pink and Yellows.
To continue their great run, Scott saying this is the best champ thing ever created, this squad. The concept.
Absolutely. I would go as far as agreeing, probably.
And all the graphics and everything as well. Certainly, it's my kind of thing here with that. But both teams, good concepts for this game. Blues, with their lower leagues and free transfers, have certainly turned around a decent squad.
Can I just ask, as you are the Lord and Master of all things Swemp, I've just seen Mr. Savage's comment that he dropped Ronaldo after Smuts' moaning. Is this genuine? Is this something like, did he originally name Ronaldo and then drop him, or was it always going to be dropped to the bench for this game?
I've only seen Ronaldo as a substitute in this lineup, but he may have done it based on previous with the Division 1 commentaries or such like. But the squad was picked. Was it? I'm trying to think what day it was. It wasn't today. Certainly, it was it Friday? Maybe this squad Friday, I think. Anyways,
you reckon, is that enough marshmallows for her? Do you think that'll get me out of the doghouse?
Can you tilt the cup a little bit more?
It's a cup of marshmallows. Whoa. It is a cup of marshmallows. That's what it is. Wonderful. Anyway, we're underway from Tavern, and it's Jeff Whitley scoring the opening goal.
Go on, Jeff Whitley! Savage legend.
And Mike has a lovely story about Jeff Whitley, but he's lost Lenny. And Lenichev is coming off. I mean, at this position, Carbone or even
I was going to say
even a
Carbone's the obvious
striker,
answer here.
because Saha could drop back.
What is Ronaldo doing on the bench?
Oh, it was Duggan calling Ronaldo last week. And now Smith is Ronaldo. So he's lost a player, but he is a goal up. And this is a key little role here. A role there. He was key. I've just said exactly what he's now put up there. Although obviously I'm wondering who he'll do. Carbon Rod is coming on. Lovely.
One Carbon Rod.
Carbon God.
Carbon Rod, who I don't think got the love he deserved in your World Cup of the Simpsons characters either.
Oh, he's the one character I actually tried to promote to score votes, but Saha makes it 2-0. Swan is going. He said if he's left with 30 minutes left, put Neville Southall up top. If you're losing with 30 minutes left, put him up top. Strange. Yeah.
He's going for the old Stuart Pearce, David James.
Not winning by 3. Good night, Swan.
Night, Swanee.
Is he playing against me? Because I might have a chance then.
I can't remember who they're playing, actually. It's on the fixtures. When it comes up on screen, you might be able to see that at some point soon. I hope it comes back, because I don't know if it's been rotating. It's 2-0 still. As it stands, they trying to go for a third before half-time. But then Blues come forward with a couple of attacks. So Leicester David close to scoring, and Saha as well. Blues should have had this, says David, but it's 2-0 at half-time to Sprungfeld. And yet, looking at the shot count, 5 times as many shots on target and 2 extra goals. LNHF just come back from injury and has gone again. Playing Badgers is the Badgers Gondor tonight. Chilavert will also go up top if that's the case. So Campos isn't on the bench and he's a ready-made striker. Anyway, so quick one from Smuts on this one.
Yeah, well, I'm now way more worried about Sprungfeld than I was last week, as I limped to a draw with Dublin Blues last week, and they have absolutely pissed on them. Fair play. For me, just get the deck chairs out.
Get the deck chairs out. This is the second biggest lead over Blues so far, because Mega Horse beat them 4-1 on the opening day. Just had to put that in. Anyway, for Blues, looking at how their team are going so far, they won't make any subs at this point, but 5 feet, what do they need to do? The tackles are fairly successful.
Well, my fellow co-com is quite popular because of his stating the obvious facts. So to answer your question directly, they need to score at least the same amount as the opposition.
That is true. That is true.
But if you're after...
As if Steve's not coming in the steely and biting on me already. It means 2 of you robbing from me. I expect that from the reprobates that are the danglies, but I don't expect it from co-coms. All right.
For a more sort of actual analysis, some of the attacking players have got the better ratings in terms of the 7, so he just needs to find maybe a shape that works better defensively. Again, you could look at Aki, you could look at Clint Hill and think, could they? I know Smuts last night was sort of bemoaning Taribo West, so...
I like Taribo West. He's just not a left centre back.
I'm not suggesting that swapping him for Clint Hill is necessarily the answer, but there might be a formation where they could work together. There's certainly players there where Blues will turn it around, and they're not. I'm not concerned for them, finishing at the bottom of the table. They should be okay.
Yeah, well, I think that Hill and West could easily work together because this is centre. It's not left and centre there and right and centre.
Well, Bantranu is also either-footed as well.
Yeah, but Taribo West is right-footed, and Hill there is he is left-footed, isn't he? So they could play together.
Naturally left-footed.
But yeah, Bantranu is a good player. So Welland's had a poor first half. Let's have a little look and see how the second goes.
To answer Steve's question, no, I don't believe he
has. It's a red card, and there's Bantranu. So
it's not my turn to destroy people's reputations this time. It's you jinxing them.
So let's have a look. Well, the substitutes have I'm going to make the quite clear swap here. I mean, Aristizabal can play in the middle of midfield, and Wellens is playing terribly, so he's going to come off. Clint Hill is going to come on, and they're going to play together with Kiko making that run from there. So
see, can I make a suggestion here? It's just something I like to do from time to time. I would maybe have Nunes one side and a diagonal arrow going the other way. I don't like one running straight into the back of the other.
Purely because Nunes has been playing central striker and he's not coming off, and and also that Mr. Dunning isn't here. Then I won't make the change to that. But I mean, if the manager was here, then I'd say maybe go for that. But
can I give a shout for what the next time that I'm not here in comms? I know I'm seemingly being on every bloody week. So
omnipresent
media hall.
Exactly. Whoever is on co-coms or yourself, just do what you fucking want with my team. Not that force. Just fuck it up.
And the penalty is scored.
Wooder's agreeing with
Nedved making it there.
I think that's the first time he's ever agreed with me on anything in the 18 months I've known him.
Lovely, it's harmonious. This is why I brought you two together. It's kind of mediation.
Why do birds suddenly appear?
The subs are on the way.
Tinder.
Let's find out. So Louis Saha having a super performance, and as it stands, these are the key points, really, I suppose. The team seem pretty much fully fit, and everyone's playing all right. So what will Savage do at this point? For Blues, I do know what their plans are. It's bad or tired at 60, and so Nunes will come off as a second sub, but I won't make the third at this point, and that will be
Big David Collins.
David Collins going on up front, number 6.
Do you know what? Just because Smuts is on co-coms, I really hope Collins scores. It might mean nothing, but I really hope Collins scores.
Savage.
Considering I named my stream after a Phil Collins song, Davy Collins is fucking dog shit.
Which one? Which one? Did you do In the Air Tonight? Or did you?
Something. I can feel it coming. There's something in the air.
Yeah. No, that's Something in the Air is a different song. That's a different song.
I really couldn't give a fuck about any Phil Collins song, so it's fair enough.
It's a different band. Different
quite
song.
easily.
I can't remember. What Mike Savage says, where's my sub? But what sub did he make? He's put no Stee no, as we are till 60.
Hold on, don't knock, Lisa.
No.
Because you got to 60, and then instead of giving him the option to have a substitute, you just mugged it off and just went.
We waited ages, but then there's no sub, is there?
I can't see that he's asked for any sub. He seems to be
the option.
We did. I took him for ages on his team. Looked for ages on his team, then went to Blues, and then came back because he put done.
To be fair, Mike, is anybody here for the football?
What sub is it? It's genuinely not a substitute on the chat.
This is savage.
It's a very interesting non-sub. Lisa off the sideshow, but where?
That's not what it says. It says, hold on, don't knock, Lisa. Can O put a right shift in?
Yeah, that's not...
Is what it says.
It's not come to us. Directly above done. No, that above done, it's Wooder.
Don't say it at all.
This is live chat. Yeah, it's not come through. It's not on our chat. Yeah. Savage will be able to prove that he sent it, but nobody else can see it.
I can't see
it. You're 3-0 up with 7 minutes left.
Even Wooder and Steer say they can't see it.
Yeah, it's not happened. That's why I've not made it. I'm going to I'll take a photo and I'll send him it to say it hasn't come. This is live chat as well. Live chat. But there's no substitute.
How is there chaos and I didn't do it?
I see it.
How the fuck can some people see it and other people can't?
Because some people are lying.
I thought it was weird that he put done. Why would you put done if you didn't do anything? But anyway, that's where we are. And
Collins!
3-0.
As expected, complete dog shit. Clint Hill, man of the match.
Oh, wonderful.
I've been in A and W.
Is that accident and emergency?
He's retracted it because it's wrong.
Maybe he has been in A and D. Yeah, even if his message wasn't a message, no one had it. Anyway, I've taken
what time's this scheduled to go on to?
We're doing all right at the time, to be honest. We're doing all right. We've played 4 matches in 52 minutes, is it?
Have we really?
Fair play.
3 or it might be 3. But yeah, it feels like 4. Sprungfeld 3, Blues nil. Great result there for Sprungfeld. Huge
Sprungfeld, that's very impressive performance by Sprungfeld.
Top of the table at the end of the day.
Why couldn't that Dublin Blues team turn up last week?
So it's their second 3-goal defeat for Dublin Blues so far. They've got a
they didn't suffer any the first season, did they?
Not many at all.
Are we saying the only points that Dublin Blues have got this season is against me?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Key players, look at these. We've got great performances.
And you still lost to me 5 feet.
And Saha. And then for Blues, they did turn it around a little bit later on. Clint Hill playing out of 9. I mean, that's a great performance.
I'm not saying I'm a genius, but I'm sure I was the one that called for Clint Hill to be involved.
I mean, what we can say is Hill and West can work together. West has gone up to an 8.
Yeah, when they play on the right side.
And there we are. Lovely. So let's head into the next game. We have got... Oh, yeah, we have just played 3 games. No, we played 3 games. Anyway, let's speed it up. So, Sons of Gondor versus Badgers. And Gondor have gone with Swan, who's actually seen his team for the first time ever. He's giving a debut to Batata in this one. So, hold tight there. Smuts.
Yeah, fair play. Was one of the easier Pokemon to catch. So, fair play. I hate these tactics. Why can't people just play normal tactics without your twatty arrows?
You moaned last night when people played normal tactics that you wanted Swemp tactics. You fucking ungrateful, miserable sod.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway, we've got some great players in here. This team picked by members of the community while Swan had no laptop. He's happy with the team. He's got Neville Southall's instruction for 60 minutes up front if the team are losing. Right. You say Batata.
I say Potato.
He is. And Baron. 2 Barons in the team today. We've got Baron on the left and Baron in goal making his debut. So it will be a great round for these. Anyway, next
Up the
team.
Baron boys.
We go over to Badgers. And Badgers this week's been picked by Tato. But Scott is probably still here, so I think he could probably make subs and things a bit later on if he wants to. Otherwise, I'll stick with Tato's instructions.
This is quite conservative.
How is this allowed in the second division? They're good.
This is quite. This is almost normal by Tato standards. You know, you've got people in normal areas of the pitch. I'm shocked at how sort of regular this formation is.
You got ZZ up top, obviously.
Indeed.
No, not again. Someone please send a laughing emoji quickly.
So I've just had Mike sending the picture of the chat with his clear Lisa off for Sideshow Bob, and me sending it back without it. Anyway, he's fine. He's fine. He won a game again. Anyway, let's go. Predictions for this one.
As much as I'd love to sit here and watch Gondor get some points, I think Badgers are going to win fairly comfortably. I'll go 3-0.
And Smuts?
I hate to... I built my career on being contrarian, but I have to agree. I'll be honest, this is probably going to be about 2 or 3-0 to the Badgers.
Yes, Scott saying, yes, Tato isn't here, and that's exactly what you are there as co-manager. So, of course, subs is good. Yeah.
Sorry, not Duggan. Wood is still
it's
not
Fusini. Fusini has scored the opening goal against.
SOG,
he scored it against Tato as well.
I cannot pick a fucking thing here.
What we did? Oh, it's an equaliser for Masera, and Badgers look much more lively since they went behind. Let's see if we can get another goal. It's Fusini again. Fusini. Steve says love a Fusini hat trick, and he's currently nearly. He's got 2, and Fermani has made it 2-2. This is quite the first half of football here, and. Yeah, both goalkeepers making their debut for this season, and maybe this will be a rare performance for either of them. Fusini at half-time, the key player on a 9, and Gondor's shooting has been pretty good.
Gondor have done all right there, to be fair to them. I mean, they're considerably weaker than the opposition, and they're certainly going pound for pound with them.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good thing they've only been caught offside once, or is it just the fact they haven't attacked very much? I'm trying to work out what that bit's about there.
Probably too slow to be getting themselves offside.
Too slow. Some superb pace of 1 or 2 players. They do have a couple of players like Gardner and Kerniwan who are somewhat tired. But Smuts, are you impressed with the Gondor performance?
I'm very impressed. I mean, I can't wait to see Neville Southall up front.
Yeah, they need to be conceding a goal in the first 15 minutes of the second half for Southall to come up front. The message it was if they're losing, wasn't it? And we'll see if they can go behind before that time. And for Badgers, probably should have gone to Badgers first because Scott's there. We've got Fermani and Masera, both goal scorers on 83%. But Tato says conditions are myth. But Scott's here. He's gone for Zizi off and Collins up top. Yeah, and who is coming on? Jack Carlstroke's again. There we are.
So
basically, these two.
I like Zizi Roberts. I think he's top.
Please, someone send the laughing fucking emoji so he doesn't tell it for a 3rd time.
Scott, do you want to switch your attacking mids over? Just a quick question there, because you got one left, one right, playing opposite sides to each other. Steve very clearly saying there, yeah, he said exactly, that's perfect. Steve saying, why isn't Fusini playing 4 Badgers? Yeah, that's absolutely key point.
Thank you, Wooder.
It's been the tackling this first half has been
heartfelt as well, Wooder, I know.
Sparse tackling at this point, and Wooder doing what he does. Yeah, I don't have a clue what. Steve typed something, but I don't know. Or he's either side. I thought you meant like something else. Anyway, Tato's backwards logic.
See, I'm disappointed Tato's not here because basically Scott and Tato are just going to argue about the same couple of players all season, whereas Kevin Kyle sat there and what he really needs a run out.
He does it. Oh, and it's Carlos Jack's coming off the bench to score the goal to put Badgers in front.
We know what that means.
We do know what it means if they survive the next minute, as it is. Yes, it is going to happen. A penalty was turned down, and we are going to see Neville Southall coming up front. Leon Kelly's had a poor game.
It's got to be Leon Kelly. Yeah,
he's on 80%.
Tato's here after all that.
Tato is here. He is here. I know he hasn't been feeling so good, so he was not going to be here. He's lurking silently. So Neville Southall is coming up front, and we'll withdraw. We're going to withdraw Gardner because of the giant run that he has, and he's at 75%. That's only going to get worse, and Lalatovic is a ready-made replacement there for him to go on to that side, so he'll do that. And it's Schiller there for Collins. Tato is here, but is Tato happy for that one to happen?
Well, given that you've let Scott make the subs already, you've got to do it now.
I think so. Yeah, it has been letting him make the subs. You're absolutely right. Yeah, they're 3-2 up. It's a substitute there. Yeah, we'll do it because it was planned that it wasn't vetoed earlier on.
I mean, I'll go on record now before you kick off. I'll go on record now. I'm not a rich man by any stretch of imaginations, but if either of Southall or Chalavet score, I'll donate £1 for every goal to Smuts' charity, on top of what I was already planning to donate.
Oh,
take all of the defenders off immediately.
Take all defenders off. shambles of subs.
There's another one there, Welsh for Thompson.
Yeah, he's on. Yeah,
Okay.
done both there. Wonderful.
Yes, a quid would have. I'm not rich. You know, they might get a hat trick each. That'll be £6.
I thought you meant a quid for every goal that goes in on the stream. I think we've got that in writing, haven't we, somewhere?
No, it was quite
clear.
If any of them score a goal,
£1 for every goal that goes in throughout the
entirety. As Jax hits the post there, I am going to keep talking through the football. And got just 5 minutes. So Chilaver's had a chance. A good save made by Barron. And
tell you what, I'll make it a fiver.
3-2 it is. We've seen email of the match against Badgers, but Badgers come out the victors. And 7 shots, 7 on target for Gondor, 12 and 6 for Badgers. So I mean, Gondor have certainly given it a good go. Chris Perry, defensive mid, we didn't even mention that there. He's playing defensive mid for the match.
I did spot, and I thought I was being a bit thick, thinking I thought he was just a defender centre. I didn't think he had defensive midfield.
Yeah, he is, yeah. But Swan did put in the message, yes, it is Chris Perry in defensive mid. But I think you're thinking what I was thinking, but it's absolutely right. I didn't question it. He'd already answered my question in my head. Badgers ratings not so great, but performance and goals, the goals produce a victory.
I mean, from my perspective, Badgers went into this as the team that should win. They're clearly a lot stronger than Gondor. I think Gondor have held their own. They're slightly unlucky not to have maybe got a draw out of it. I think Badgers will only be happy that they've got the win and not much else.
Yeah,
I can't believe Chilaver's had 2 shots on target and not scored.
Southall had 1 on target. I spotted.
Southall won. Goalkeepers playing well, and of course Southall wasn't going to miss. Gondor didn't miss the target with any of their shots. We'll go to 3 games to go. We will do my game first, because then your 2's going to be the last 2. So Mega Horse have actually got a squad in for today.
Scott's saying he's happy that they'll never see Thompson again.
And the team with Beinlich, after last game, he punched the opposition. He's a 9-match ban, so he'll be out for quite a while. And 8 games extended on the ban. Some terrible performances last game. Milan Foucault with a 5, and Thomas Chihom with a 5 as well. It was a terrible, terrible match. That's the team that I've managed to get out for today. Marcelinho and Ulic making his debut there in attacking midfield.
I have to say, Mr. Horse, not that I'm suggesting he deserves a place in the team whatsoever, but as a boy who was originally in his much younger years brought up in the ghetto of St Andrews, north of the border, I'm very disappointed that Alberts isn't playing.
Alberts, he played in the cup last time out, and a 6 wasn't very good. I mean, he played well before in a cup game, but he's just not right for the team when Gramozis is as he is. He's playing instead. I can't even remember what number I was supposed to be picking Ulic at. I think, I'm just going to give him the 23 shirt. I think I'll give him the 23 shirt. I did have my squad numbers at the start, and I think he wasn't number 12. So let's go for that one. Kirsten, the captain. Sounds.
I can't believe you've got 2 centre-backs, one called Focal and one called Cock, and you've not got a centre-back pairing of Focal Cock.
No, because they're both awful this season so far. So we go over to the team here.
Now this hurts my eyes.
And I am doing this on purpose here because of last time out when my squad was done, but clearly something was problematic in that he didn't save, and Duggins is done late. So I'm setting it up on here on purpose.
Oh, did he not get it in before the deadline?
No, he's one of about 6. One of about 6, remember, that hasn't done that today. Kawaguchi, yeah, he's been busy.
So just while you do this, Division 2 managers, sort your fucking lives out. Get it in on time. Mr. Horse is running a professional outfit here. You guys only have one job.
So this is just a quick look here. Nakazawa and Lee Min Sung Shion probably will be happening at this point. We've got Nanami as defensive mid here.
Is Keon?
Oh, yeah, she's playing. Yeah, she's playing.
Yes.
Wu is there, and then she,
Woo!
and then Jung Won. Where is Jung Won gone? There he is. And then we have Haidong Hao and Nakayama up front. Shion, or is it QI on Dave at the moment? That might be.
No, I think they're. Oh no, that'll be gold, won't it? I was going to say they're just playing Only Fools and Horses and Green Grass back to back at the minute.
Oh yes, yeah. R.I.P. Boise, of course.
I know we've not seen him on a stream for a while, but I didn't know he died.
Sunji Hai.
I assume him being Scottish, it was what, heroin?
Juan.
Deep fried Mars bar stuck in his throat.
Oh, Juan.
Haggis
Juan
overdose.
Rabbit Huang and Sooty Sweep.
What are you talking about?
And then
Russell
but we will,
Boyce. Did you say he was dead?
because his name.
Russell Boyce was dead.
That's
All
let
right,
me
Russell
just
Boyce.
let me talk. Because there's only been 4 subs named because he's so used to Super League. I am going to put Fanji as sub 5, but he'll only come on if necessary.
No, I think you should punish him by only having 4 subs. If he's not going to do it properly.
see,
I mean, last year
I'm
you punished him with
sorting
no
this.
goalkeeper.
No, he punished himself by not naming a goalkeeper on the bench. I didn't
He
miss
lost
a
about
goalkeeper.
151.
It was 12-3, wasn't it? Yeah, 12-3. What a game. I will just check that they're all on. Yep, we're good, and we can go into that game. So
Wait, has he not even, after all that, has he not even come up with like a clever tactic? He's just playing a basic 4-1-3-2.
4-1-3-2 predictions.
Oh, I hope you win this, Horse, just because he's been a prick. I'm going to say 4-0 to the home team.
4-0. And Smuts?
I mean, again, I hate to. It really genuinely hurts me deep inside my soul to agree with that. You're probably going to win.
How much?
And just to be contrarian, yeah, 3-0.
I do want to echo the sentiment that I think Mr. Mega Horse is doing very well to just blatantly ignore us and talk through the game while we've chatted shit for about an hour that makes absolutely no sense.
We're doing okay for time,
No,
though.
my
10
own
past
shipment
10,
cough is
3
gonna
games
get
to
me.
go. We're all right. So, kick off here. Thank you very much, Noopy. I appreciate that. At the Wolfie Stadion, here we are. We kicked off chances for Mega Horse early on. Probably not actually getting the ball on goal. Corner played in, nothing coming of it, and then forward again they go. Gramosius, a great save from Kawaguchi. I don't know if he's happy yet. He was wanting a new challenge immediately. Villi is booked and Gramosius as well, so the cards are flowing. But Kohler makes a 3rd yellow card. There's going to be a red at some point, you'd imagine. And Ulf Kirsten with a rebound off a Marcelinho shot there makes it 1-0. 25 minutes into the game. Free kick as Nakazawa is booked and Kaluzhny took it but wasn't successful. And then we are going a little bit quiet. Oh, a chance there and another yellow card with Kaluzhny. It was a chance for Red West Pacific just before that yellow card. And half time approaching, chance to make it 2, and it's Gramosius with another one. Kirsten and Gramosius have got 3 each for the season now. And Kohler just wide, 2-0 at half time, but 6 yellow cards.
Fair play of Red West Pacific to part like the Red Sea for Gramosius there.
Yes, he's. They just let him go. He's sort of thought, yes, big gulp there, and pleased with your own wonderful joke. I'm not sure he's still getting in the chat.
Tell you what, I did ZZ Roberts, top player.
You've had your laughing emoji. Stop it.
He's still getting in the chat. I haven't seen him for a bit. He was out at the beginning, but I haven't seen him since.
I think he disappeared with Dimble.
Oh, right. Yeah, lovely.
Worth a room up.
About we'll go to a small stream after this game before the last 2 and talk about that. But yeah, the only proviso is that I have to be a minimum of 8 cans now.
The good news for Smuts is if he gets Steve right on, no matter what time of day is, he'll be a minimum of 8 cans deep.
To be honest, I'd probably do it as George from Rainbow, that wouldn't I? So, anyway, for Duggan's team, he's not here.
You haven't even
No
clicked
subs at
on
half
it.
time. What's that?
So you said he's Duggan in the chat, but you weren't even clicked on his team for him to see the stats anyway.
No, well, he wasn't there. He wasn't there. I looked at the wrong team while I was looking at the chat anyway. So yeah, I mean, what would you say? They're holding out. They're holding out. 2-0's not too bad.
Fucking hell, Steve. It starts at 7 a.m. You're 18 tinnies deep at 7 a.m. Fair play to you, Squire.
It's difficult looking at Red West because you've got a team who aren't necessarily tipped to do
anything
particularly well against a team who, again, very much like Wooders' team earlier, I think yours has been underestimated as to what they could achieve this year.
They're top 5, I would say, based on things there.
But yeah, I mean, it's like watching a Steve Wright team. This, isn't it? It's just average. There's nothing spectacular about it whatsoever.
Lots of cards to celebrate here. I think we'll go 15 minutes.
How aggressive have you got your team playing? Because you seem to have awful discipline.
Yeah, it's just hard tackling. That's all, and just whatever the formation allows. It's a 5-3-2 attacking, and they seem to obviously. I mean, check the instructions out on the thing. What does it say? I suppose everyone's just on team tackling, aren't they? There's nothing to really check. See, I'll just go open about my own team there. Villy off for Sebastian at this point is my substitute. 7:42 is the time he's going to be 18 cans deep.
I think Steve said he's been supporting me, and now I can get Ben.
I don't know. Maybe Darren or what? I'm not sure. Cole has brought down somebody else. He's on a bit of an issue at the moment, but we shall see. Now, Duggan, it doesn't appear to be here.
I haven't seen him, even when we mentioned his name about 12 times.
Yeah, I would say so. I'll just check that there's nothing on his.
While you check the instructions, Mr. Megahorse, I've got a genuine question for you.
Yeah?
Since the shock and disbelief that you sent through the whole Champ Universe on your last stream, have you done any research into who Stephen Graham is?
No. In fact, I asked someone at work the other day who Stephen Graham was, and they
fuck off! Please tell me they didn't say I don't know.
They didn't know.
Piss off.
Someone who watches a lot of things on TV, and they did not know who he was.
No, I'm not having that at all.
I can't believe you don't know who Heather Graham's brother is. It's unbelievable.
Is that actually who it is? Or I mean, I don't know a lot about Heather Graham either.
Do you not know Heather Graham either?
Was she in some films? Was she in Austin Powers or something? She
was in one of the Austin Powers. Yeah. She was in Boogie Nights. All of her was in Boogie Nights.
I'm making 2 subs there for him, but she's not coming off. So
I was going to say, you're taking she off?
I was going to do it because of fitness, but I'm not. We're just going to make the one change. It's going to be the one. She stays on. And for my own team here, 4 yellow cards.
She's electric.
Mr. Megahorse, if you're feeling confident in the score at the minute, I will reopen the goalkeeper up front bonus for charity for this game.
I'm not confident. I'm not confident. I'm bringing on Yashvili, and I'm going to hold off for the other substitute for this.
See, look, you could have done a bit for charity there, Mr. Smarts, but you chose not to.
I'll do it in a different way. I was quite charitable last game by having my reserves playing against Boston.
You're 2-0 up against one of the worst teams in the division.
Yeah, but they've made a sub.
Not going to make a lot of difference.
Holding out for Yashvili coming close to scoring there. I do want to get a win back on track, and Kirsten it is, and a penalty. And Yashvili for 4.
If only there was a goalkeeper to take it at that point.
I know, I don't think I picked Yashvili as first penalty taker. Kirsten's hit the side netting. Another chance, and 5 minutes left. It is still 4. Bart Hoare is on a 10. He's having a great start to the season. He finishes on a 10 with man of the match. And, it was fairly comfortable.
On the team sheet there, Hoare straight underneath the willy. It's not a shock.
2 assists for Hoare. And a lovely performance. There must be some dribbles as well. 4 interceptions, 4 dribbles.
Tends to be many dribbles around a Hoare.
Jürgen Kohler tackling very, very well as ever. 11 successful tackles out of 12. Obviously, the foul doesn't count as a tackle because you can get sent off without having made a tackle for a foul.
As
Yeah,
we found out last night,
indeed,
3 minutes into
with
one of the games.
with Milan Petkov for my team.
Yeah, it was your team, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I mean, Red West Pacific crumbled at the end, and Lee Young-pyo, the only player coming out with any satisfaction there. I think that would.
I
please,
mean, that's a
please
real
one or two in
argument
the
against
chat.
communism there, really, isn't it? It's
Hong,
I think that one-child policy is just not working.
Hong did not
But
do
what's
a job.
important is that those that actually follow the rules have prevailed, and those that are late get their ass handed to them.
Well, I did.
I mean,
At
both,
least I
both
let him
teams
have
were
his
picked
team.
on the stream, so I don't really.
Mine
think
wasn't.
that-
Mega Horse wasn't picked on the stream.
Mine was picked before the save went out.
Oh, fair enough.
I made sure that was the case. So 2 games to go. Aussie's Dream versus Grove, and Aussie is here in spirit, I'm sure. Tell us and Smuts, tell us about your wonderful. This is Grove.
That's not my
because
team.
the colours
and
are
they're
same.
in the same colours.
You're in the same colours. Fifey, tell us about this wonderful Grove team.
Again, it's one of those that it looks decent on paper. It's one of the concepts again that you appreciate because, unlike mine, it actually is one. And it's very similar to the Tyneside one and the one that Dimble's got as well for Grimsby. You know, I wouldn't be brave enough to do a Swindon one because any players on the game that play for Swindon are pretty much shit, with the exception of maybe Michael Carrick. But, you know, at least with this one, you can put out... Obviously, Smertin's getting a lot of attention at the minute, particularly from Duggan. He loves him. Seems to have a very unusual crush on him at the minute. And you look at the front three...
position there as well at DMC, which is nice to see.
And although statistically, he's just as capable playing MC as he is defensive midfielder. We will have no lazy journalism just because we are on... Just because we are on Swemp, we do not do lazy journalism. But no, to be fair, all joking aside, it's not the strongest team in the division, but it's not a bad team. And when you look at that front three, there's definitely goals in it.
I'm just going to summarise that in terms of squad strength, Grove is the strongest team in the division.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
It's way better than
it comes up strongest, and we go over to Aussie's Dream.
Wow.
Yeah, Grove. Where it was. Do we put them in which division? And then when the other teams came in, they suited Division 2 slightly more.
So, with your magical spreadsheet in mind, how close to the bottom was mine?
There isn't closer.
So we're saying
no, actually,
this is the best team in the league against the worst team in the league.
Yeah, you and your team is slightly worse than Red West Pacific.
Fantastic, and we've just seen them get absolutely humped, like Stefan Posma on a light Wednesday morning.
Spreadsheet is corrupt. No, I can. It's there. It's available for all to put in their squads and have a look at how strong the team is. So Carpet there making a first appearance on the subs bench, and
that's more out of necessity, right?
And Eric Zed from Pulp Fiction, there he is as well.
So I am mildly annoyed from an OCD point of view that Zedder and Carpetta are not the other way around.
Okay. Well,
that's purely OCD. I will always have goalkeeper sub number 1, a defender sub number 2, a defensive midfielder sub number 3, a midfielder sub number 4, and a striker sub number 5.
And there we go. It is all okay for you there. Lovely. Could have dreamed up a better tactic. Ooh, David is getting all catty there with his goals.
Could have dreamed up a better tactic, yeah. Could have had 2 at the back, you're right, yeah.
Well, David plays some interesting formations with his team.
Who's won a World Cup, who's seen your penis, then you can come at me, all right?
Hang on, in what way?
I'm pretty sure, didn't you say that before the stream starts, we're going to make sure that none of those unhappies are unhappy before kickoff?
Oh, yeah, would you like your contracts? Morales wants a new contract. Is anyone else who...
I've literally got 3 players in the entire squad. 2 of those 3 players are unhappy.
New contract. There we go. The rest
Just
of the
give
people,
Chewie a new
it's not
contract
been
just in
sorted.
case.
No, I can't do that. I am not offering random contracts for no purpose. There we are, Carpet and Zedda. Would you rather they were the other way around number-wise as well?
No, I couldn't give a shit about that. But why have I got a number 13?
What's that?
Why have I got a number 13?
Why have you got a number 13? Because
That's unlucky.
you didn't send anything to the thing saying I don't want a number 13.
You didn't send me anything asking me whether or not I did want the number 13.
I'm pretty sure I sent a thing around saying if you want squad numbers, let me know. There we are. Look,
Are we not doing predictions for this?
No,
one,
go on then. Let's have them.
Do you know what? I genuinely hope that that my partner in crime here gets some form of result. He's had a good start to the season, and I'd like him to get at least a draw from this.
I expected to get 4 points total all season. So to bin 4 points in
After two games
in, I'm happy. I'll take a 0-0 draw here quite happily.
That would be good. Freshers week. Jim's involved in that. Good evening, Jim. Most freshers would not have been born when this game came out. That's absolutely true. That would probably be the case. Maybe a chunk of them, but not many, and they've all missed out.
It's going to be the case for every Freshers week going forward as well.
No, there's one year where it's going to be all mature students. Just to chuck it in from nowhere. It's 0-0, and this game is absolutely boring.
This is perfect for
If
me.
it is boring, can I ask a question to the viewers that remain with you?
Yeah.
Is it okay to pee in the shower?
No. There we are. That's
He's going straight down the plug hole.
Are
you aiming for the plug hole?
So I just started. I don't know if anyone watches The Circle because it's finished. I've just started on Netflix, The Circle USA, and the first question they asked everyone to get to know each other is it okay to pee in the shower? I was just interested in people's thoughts.
Oh dear.
Yeah. If you're aiming for the plug hole, why would it make any difference?
Well, I'm strictly in the no.
It's only feet, are you?
Strictly in the no bracket for this one myself.
Well, that half was fun. It's 0-0.
Honestly, this is the exact sort of content you are
an Aussie stream
expecting.
No shots on target at this point. 57% of tackles won, and yet it's still 0-0. We'll go over
come on, the
Grove.
Aussie dream.
Take a look at Grove. Smirteen 76%.
The longer it's 0-0, the more chance I've got of not losing.
That is true. Would you stand in the bowl?
Very good point, Mr. Savage.
So we're just waiting for Stu to think about his changes. His Smirteen will probably be the draw, maybe Sean Davis. And for you, Smuts, you've got Romo there, 82. He's injured. He's got a bit of a nip.
Yeah, get him off.
And you've got Bayerholm there with just no stamina at 83%. So Davis on for Smirteen. It's being done there. And for Aussie's Dream, what we got here?
We'll get Tony Romo off for. We'll get the carpet on to go alongside the walking carpet that is Chewy.
What from? Oh, just in there.
No.
There we are. Lovely. Subs being made here. So it's 48 minutes in. Will we get chances? Who knows? It's just not really been that entertaining. I can see Grove coming forward a little bit more at this point.
Do you know what? I can see Aussie's Dream nicking this 1-0.
It's going to be a close one. And we've got Dario Silva, I'm sure, will be heading onto the pitch anytime on Shway with a chance. It was so close to scoring.
Can I also just say, as someone who's famous for messing up colour-wise, this Grove away kit is fucking horrific to read.
No, I was going to say it looks nice and it just doesn't play nice, does it? I think that's one way to describe it. We will be getting a substitute here, aren't we? We're getting Defoe coming off for Dario G. There we are. So, limping onto the page. There we are. What you doing, Carnival de Paris there?
Yep.
Yeah, lovely. I was more of a Sunchime fan. Definitely on that one. And
Carnival de Paris, by the way, is underrated as an absolute. Like everyone obviously associates it as a football song because of when it came out, but just as a tune, it's fucking class.
oh, it's very good, isn't it? Yeah, very good tune. I was always a fan. I had that Dario G album with some great tunes on it. Revolution's good. That's also a very good track. But number 7, that was, I think.
I preferred his sister, Honey.
Oh dear, that was awful stuff, wasn't it? Anyway, for your own team, you've got.
I've just got that.
There he is. It's subtle. It's niche. It's subtle. It's a thinker. All right.
That's fucking dreadful. That's possibly the worst thing you've said today.
It's only going to get worse. We'll get your Danos on for Steve Brooker, please.
The other X Factor guy.
He was very good.
Against all odds, he was good, wasn't
he? Yeah, and that's my goal.
It's a shame this one isn't over one way or the other.
That's my goal, Shane Ward.
I know, when I made the same joke last time. Come on, this is it. Comedy is time plus saying the same shit over and over again until Fifey goes insane.
And one more. Any more subs? Do you want another one?
Yeah, Zedder on for Beer Home, please. And then Zedder into the middle where car pickers outside to the runner.
Yeah, lovely. There we are. Okay, so we are on with this. We've had 3 subs all round. And pushing into this last few minutes.
Well, this is going to do absolutely nothing. I just think this is the game for them to have a bit of a run out.
It's Dario Silva. Scores the opening goal for this one. Puts them in the lead. And there's been chances for Grove.
I thought we'd all agreed this was going to be 0-0. What the fuck's happened?
I think all would be you and yourself. It's Zedder. Zedder comes off the bench.
Tactical genius.
2 substitutes from the 60th minute have come on and scored the goals. And this is a game where subs are transforming. Dario Silva late on into this one. A football match has broken out, says Jim. He's not wrong.
Chewy.
Close to the end. Chances, maybe. Can they make it? Oh, Silva with one. And it's going to be full time.
Robbed.
Dario Silva nearly getting a goal there to make it a hat-trick. Darren Anderton, man of the match. Something's broken on the game. 5 yellow cards for Aussie's Dream. And Grove missing 10 shots of the ones that they took.
You know what? If I was using us, I wouldn't be too disheartened by that. When you consider this is the best rated team in the league against the lowest rated team in the league, you have played very well and very unlucky.
Yeah. First team to score two against me as well.
Australia 1 out of 6 on target. 4-2, I think, was it? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Thanks for reminding me of that score, though.
Well, you've been ripping me for 3 weeks now. I at least want you to make sure that you count my 2 goals.
So, to be honest, I didn't even see your last goal go in. I was halfway around the beer garden, with my top around my head, like a uncle pissed at the end of the disco.
So yes, 1 shot out of 6 on target for Onshwe, but Maresca playing very, very well, getting himself.
Can we just point out Captain Marvel there again?
Yeah, doing a very, very good job.
Is that his 3rd 9 in a row?
He's got 9, a 7, and a 9. So he's, but generally, very, very good performances. Dario Silva come off the bench and getting 2. So that's 2 in 2 sub appearances for him.
Did he even play for Portsmouth? Who is it?
Yeah, Dario Silva, number 33, I think he was Dario Silva, if I'm right. I might be right about
that. I don't care where he got to in the charts. I'm not happy.
So Dario Anderton with a man of the match performance. 2 assists for the Dario G goals.
How has he gone 3 games without getting injured?
I'm surprised.
This game's unrealistic.
I'm shocked. It's broken. Into the last match.
There's no need to really preview this game, gents. If you want to let Mr. Smuts plug his charity stream a bit more.
We talk about Steve's team and then we'll talk about Smuts' stream and then we'll just kick off.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'll let Smuts talk about Steve's team here.
Yeah, fair play. I mean, we've got how is Aki Rialati in 2 teams this season? Yeah. Why have you had to make a clone of that dude?
I had to clone Rialati, but I'm quite happy with that.
That's so random. I mean, how Kim Kallstrom's not on the pitch, that's an odd one for me. I'd have been started him.
So cards on the table. As Dan knows, we have a fairly, between us all, and Steve's in there as well, and a few others, we have a WhatsApp group where we're quite vocal about our Swemp teams and our Super League teams. I think, what was the stat I put? I think I played 17 test games of this and won the last 2. The first 15 I could not win, and the average score was Steve winning 3-2. So I'm very concerned about what's about to happen.
You played
I'm very
17 test
concerned
matches.
that if I didn't know you had a child, I would have thought you were a virgin playing 17 test saves.
You might.
I've not played any test matches with my clubs. Yeah.
I didn't pick 2 substitutes to make because I forgot who was in my squad.
But anyway, let's ignore that and let's talk about your charity stream.
And then before we kick off, Fifey, make sure you know your squad numbers for these 2. So yeah, go on, Smuts.
Yeah. So again, as you both had your ears chewed off over the last week, I am on the 9th of October from 7 a.m. in the morning on Saturday to 7 a.m. the following day. And I think that's just dawned on me just there, as the pair of you could see. That's a really long time. I am... How have you...
They're not in the minimum database in this country.
Of course, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I will be, as you've just alluded to and pointed me in the direction of there, I will be playing as AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Well, in fact, actually, I'll be playing as Rushden and Diamonds, but I will be playing on behalf of AFC Rushden and Diamonds, who are kind enough to be promoting my stream as well. The lovely little bastards. I'm going to be spending a lot of money on Chewy. I'm going to be spending as much money as humanly possible to get Enzo Maresca to Neen Park. And it's all in aid of Baby Loss Awareness Week. So we're going to have, realistically, the first sort of 12 hours being really earnest and talking about some sort of really tough things, promoting some really, really great charities that are close to my heart. And then the rest of it is going to go really downhill like it has done all night tonight. So there's going to be a little bit for everybody. The whole point of my stream is to break the silence, which is the theme of Baby Loss Awareness Week this year. You can't be typing Smuts is a bit of a dick while I'm being all earnest and nice there. You absolute melt. This is exactly it. You see, there's the contrast between it being for a really good cause and me being a massive bellend at the same time. And it's this sort of shenanigans that is going to make it both car crash TV and very, very eminently watchable at the same time. I have no idea what's going to happen. So I think you'll have to tune in just to find out what time I melt down entirely and just blow up the whole thing. Yeah, so it should be a laugh.
Yeah, it will be well worth watching, and such a meaningful cause. But at the same time, it's going to be a proper laugh for that for some of that as well. There'll be a real mix of emotions there, and we're all right behind you for it. So
appreciate it, guys. Love you all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Steve's volunteered for the to the being with you at the end.
Absolute salt of the earth, mate. Look,
Lovely.
I'm gonna be. I'll pop in once we know when the links are and stuff. I'm gonna be throwing them in for absolutely anybody who wants to jump in and spend as long as they want on the stream with me to just literally prop me up and entertain as much as you can. I know, Dan, you said you're going to be coming on and doing some quizzing and some Radiohead puns.
Yes, indeed.
As long as you can.
33 and 25, please.
33 and 25. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be just full of what we want. Championship manager, fundraising, and fun amongst the seriousness as well. So
for those who have sat through last night's Super League and tonight's Swemp, this is basically what you're going to get for 24 hours, because no doubt I'm going to appear at least 3 times over that 24-hour period.
Predictions for this one. I'll just say the
3-2
results.
to Steve.
3-2 to Steve. Ooh. I think Steve's agreeing about substitutes here. Goalkeepers up top at 60 minutes. I think it's going to happen. And Smuts?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I love the pair of you, this has got 0-0 written all over it, because you've left it till last. You've both very, very dutifully said to pop keepers up front for the last 60 minutes, and I think
for the last 60,
nothing's going to happen.
For the last 60 minutes?
From 60 minutes. I'm just changing the game. Just change it up. Yeah, for the last 60 minutes. From 30 minutes in, I want Neville Southall up front.
Well, the game is underway.
So before anything happens, I asked Steve pre-match if Zagera was going to be playing, because he must have scored about 15 goals against me yesterday.
And there he is in a attacking central mid role, isn't he? Central midfield role. I think he is playing today. It's an interesting one. Oh, Tyler! I thought it was Tyler uses his fist on someone, but he punched the ball away. And just at the end of this stream, because it is quite a late finish than usual, obviously for good reason. There'll be a quick roundup of the results, a quick look at the fixtures, and then I'll put a bit of stats out later in the week and things. It will be a quicker end. I'm going to say good night now to everybody. Thank you very much for coming on. Emil Penzer has done a runner already.
Shit.
Is this Ian Ray keeper on now? Or?
No, we'll bring Simone on for now to try and get a goal, and then he'll probably come off again in about 15 minutes' time.
Is that 2 nights in a row? Emil Penzer's
He has gone off injured twice
with me on
2
stream.
nights, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. What an
He
omen.
can score a goal.
There is no shock whatsoever. Half time, 0-0. We had plenty of shots. We had 7 on target from the match.
Well played, Steve. This has been an entertaining. I mean, I don't know where all of these attempts have come from. There didn't seem to be that many in the commentary.
This is exactly the curtain raiser we all needed.
Well, he's bringing it down it's just falling on us rather than being pulled down neatly. Tihanen's having a great game for Stian, and we could call him there, playing for Steve. And Stoltz is also impressing there, and Agostinho is on an 8, but I'm not entirely sure why. There must be some dribbling going on, I suppose.
Again, I have to point out, Steve is correct that my red on blue colours have not worked at all.
No, it's surprising, isn't it?
I mean, when we were designing this, I said to you, I want like a Crystal Palace or Barcelona style mix, and for some reason, it just doesn't work like Crystal Palace or Barcelona.
No, I'm not quite sure. It's Sherko for Martin.
It's more like the Ted Lasso team, isn't it?
I haven't seen Ted Lasso, but I will before my Apple.
I've heard it's very funny.
It is, and how that. Fuck off the Stephen Graham nonsense, right? Neither of you have seen Ted Lasso. Unbelievable.
I've got a month left on free,
I would suggest,
free Apple TV, so I'll watch that.
Have you got the internet?
Everything's
available
free.
No, on the internet now.
Can I do Bohan on for Diaz, please?
So Georgic for Diaz. And then
I'll save Richard Wright for 60 minutes.
Does George play left back?
He doesn't, but he's now.
All out attack.
Here we go.
I mean, this is the quickest race to 60 minutes ever.
Here we go.
I mean, for me, I'm going to do Richard Wright for David Johnson, please.
Richard Wright for David Johnson, and
It is a
Alejandro
fucking legend.
is going to come on that way.
What a show.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
right
Steve
clicking.
Wright.
Right.
Now, is Steve going to put his keeper up front as well to try and earn some money for charity?
He will.
I'm sure he will. He's a bit of a lad, is Steve.
I'm back on your team again. Alejandro, I assume he's going to come off for Sadler. Yeah?
I imagine so. Let's just do it anyway. Fuck it.
Yeah. He's guessing fitness-wise.
So again, either of these two goalkeepers score, we'll do a £5 for charity.
Per
There
goal.
we go. A £5 per goalkeeper goal.
Per goalkeeper goal, yeah.
And
Does it count if Mark
for
Tyler or Mark Goodlad score?
Done it again.
Yes,
Keep
yes,
clicking
if
on
they
the thing
score
there.
as well.
Keats for Reality. So we've had all 3 subs made for both teams. Reeds for Chialati would have been a superb sub there. We've got a yellow card there for Cambiasso. And
Yes!
Inzaghi is disallowed. I thought that was Inzaghi. I've got to say, but I'm not sure.
No, I think that's Richard Wright. I think he's had a goal this time.
I saw Richard Wright as well.
Oh, maybe Inzaghi
Unless
knocked it down for
Inzaghi
him.
scored and it was Wright that was offside.
That
of course.
might be it. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, chance there is Invincible coming close to scoring. And we are at 91 minutes
Do you know
full
what?
time.
After the test saves, I'll take that.
And 0-0 predictions
Can
correct.
we see if it was Wright that had the goal disallowed?
Yeah, we
please?
will.
And I will say that is another tenner from Mr. Duggan.
Right
it's
offside,
right.
Inzaghi scored.
It was offside, there you go.
Okay. Okay.
Shots there, yeah. 2/3 of shots on targets for
I mean, I've been
Flamingos.
robbed there, I think. Personally, I think I've been robbed.
That's a lot of shots, but Mark Tyler's had a great game. And then also we've got there Tiernan still playing well towards the end. A few
Well
players
played,
calmed
Steve.
down. Not bad at all. Yeah, it was a decent 0-0 draw. It's got to be said. It was a decent match.
I'll tell you what, right? So everyone, and I put out there that I did offer to change a few of the bigger name players because there was some concern that my team was too good for Division 2. I have to go on record again. My defence is a fucking shambles.
And here we are with the results. The shambolic defence
You
has played
don't
well.
play 2 at the back in this one and only brought 2 in the squad.
And one of the young lad I brought from Swindon, I forgot. I always think he's a defender right centre, but he's not. He's a sweeper defensive midfield right centre.
Yeah, yes. What's his name?
Mr. Williams.
Danglies. Flamingos there. Yep, sweeper right centre.
I always think he's the
Williams.
defender right centre, so I had one centre back less already.
Performance of the day, I think it's probably going to go down as Sprungfelt versus Blues, although Danglies played very, very well as well. Some great games. The table, quick look at that. 3 teams on maximum points. Sprungfelt, Grove
You
and
bent over
Boston.
backwards there, not to pat yourself on the back as well.
Yeah, it was against a weaker team though. I'm not going to give this up.
So was Grove. That somehow they snuck a one.
And check us out on 4 points apiece.
Yeah, look at that. 4 points apiece with badges as well. Superb. Positive goal differences right the way down to positive or neutral right the way down for the top 9. And then towards the end, Divisionale, still no goals. And Red Web Specific with no goals either.
Fucking hell,
That
Steve,
is-
you haven't scored. For fuck's sake.
A look to fixtures for next time. And, well, we've got Grove versus Sprungfelt. One of the records has got to go. And that is going to be superb. I'm going
Oh, and
to
I'm
make sure the
playing
save
Dimble.
is done. Take a look at those. Thank you very much to both of you for being on. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Pleasure was all mine, thank you.
The pleasure was all his. Thank you.
Thank you so much for everyone being here, especially Steve at the end.
Yeah, good chat, guys.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
But yeah,
that.
to everyone else, brilliant. Thanks again, and we will see you soon on Thursday for Division 1. Good night.
Ooh, fuck Division 1.
Toodles.